Hi, girl. What do you want? You want to go somewhere? You want to go for a ride? You want to go outside? Let's go. All right. Got to stop in and get a little caffeine jolt here. Gonna stop in here at Scooters. Get my caffeine fix before we hit the road. Mission accomplished. Large coffee for $1.09. Thank you, Scooters. All right, good morning. We're heading down Kansas State Route number 7. We're gonna go back down to Spider Lake Bridge Trail, our old stomping ground. And just wanted to give you a little bit of a view of back road country rural Kansas. Even though we're on the state route, it still feels like a back road out in the country somewhere, which we basically are. Nice rural area here. And we're just going to drive out to Lake Crawford again, our normal go-to hiking spot. And it's a nice day today. It's nice and sunny and the sun's out, and it's about according to the car thermometer here, it's about 47 degrees, but it's gonna warm up to about maybe 55 today, so it's gonna be a nice day. But man, I love getting out here on these back roads, you know, these country roads, these state highways. It's so refreshing to be out here and not really encounter many other vehicles, you know. I mean, it's so unlike being in Southern California. You know, I think I'm still on Southern California times, where I'm expecting there to be, you know, traffic jams all over the place. I'm expecting all the hustle and bustle and everything that goes along with living in a huge urban area. But, you know, it definitely ain't like that out here. Yeah, and I had to stop in and get my coffee at Scooters today. Scooters is a little chain coffee shop that you see quite frequently out in these parts. I actually prefer Starbucks coffee, but there's no Starbucks in Fort Scott, Kansas. Actually, the closest Starbucks is in Pittsburg, Kansas, which is about 25 miles south of Fort Scott. So I either have to drive all the way down to Pittsburg, Kansas to visit the Starbucks there, or I go to Scooters Coffee here in Fort Scott. And Scooters Coffee isn't bad. It's just a little more diluted. It's not quite as flavorful as the normal Starbucks coffee, but it does the job. And it's $1.09 for a large, so you can't beat the price. And speaking of Pittsburg, Kansas, you know, Pittsburg is probably one of the better known towns out in this area. They have a state college there. It's called Pittsburg State College. So they actually have a, you know, fairly good sized college there, and it's well known mainly because of the college in town. And I just learned recently that the school mascot is a gorilla for Pittsburg State College. And when I was driving around Pittsburg, I couldn't figure out why I kept seeing statues of gorillas all over the place. You know, like they're just random gorilla statues interspersed throughout town. You know, in parking lots, on the side of the road, just in different locations. Then I kind of put two and two together, and I was like, I get it. They're just showing pride for Pittsburg State University, which, you know, the mascot for Pittsburg State is the gorilla, and the football team there, I guess, is known as the Gorillas, I believe. So that's the reasoning behind, you know, having the little gorilla statues all over town. So, but other than that, I mean, it's, you know, Pittsburg, Kansas is another smaller city. I mean, it's not overly large. You know, it's not much bigger than Fort Scott, actually. I mean, it's a little bit bigger, but not much. And that's pretty much how it goes out here in southeastern Kansas. I mean, there really isn't even a medium-sized city anywhere near here except Joplin, Missouri. You know, and Joplin, Missouri is about 45 miles, I believe, from Fort Scott, Kansas. And then to get to any really large urban metro area, you have to drive all the way into Kansas City, which is about 88 miles north. So, you know, just to give you an idea of how isolated it is out here. And if you want to go in the opposite direction, if you want to go south, you'd have to drive about 150 miles to get to Tulsa, Oklahoma. So that would be another option for accessing a large urban metro area. Alrighty, we are back at Spider Lake Bridge Trail. We just decided to take another trip down here because we're so used to coming down here and it's so easy to get to, and it's only like 15 miles away from where we stay. And so here we are again, giving Miss Brenda some outdoor time, letting her run around, burn off some energy, and giving me a chance to just sort of walk at my own pace and not have to hold on to a leash and stay right up with her. It's kind of nice. Right, girl? Right? You're doing your stick thing again, I see, right? You got to do the stick thing. Always got to do the stick thing. There's some workers over there down by the road, so she's being distracted by the workers. Come on, girl. Let's go. Let's go over here. But it is a nice day today. It's really nice today. It's about 50 degrees now, I think. Not a cloud in the sky. It's sunny. Really pleasant day. It's so much nicer than it was a week ago when it was like 8 degrees during the day or 10 degrees during the day and then below zero at night. I think I much prefer this type of weather, actually. I'm not into that frigid cold stuff. That just is not for me. Go in there, girl. Go in. Go all the way. Go take a bath. Let nature take its course. Come on. Get a natural bath in. All right, we're about a quarter of a mile away from the main trail. There's like another little offshoot here, another little trail that sort of goes down from the fish hatchery. There's the Farlington fish hatchery up there, and then there's another little side trail that comes out this way. So this is kind of neat too. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my boots today. I'm just wearing the regular Merrell hiking shoes. So they're low top, and I don't think I want to get my socks wet, my feet wet, so I'm not going to cross the river today. If I had my boots on, I would definitely do it. And then the trail continues on over there where Brenda is. And then it goes on for like another 3/4 of a mile. It does like a 3/4 of a mile loop. And then it like basically loops back around to basically the starting position, which is over there by the fish hatchery. So it's kind of neat, you know. In addition to the trail that we were on, that half-mile trail, that Spider Lake Bridge Trail, there's other little tributary trails out here that are pretty nice, you know. So we don't have to restrict ourselves just to the Spider Lake Bridge Trail. We can come over here and, you know, either do a separate trail, or we can just lengthen the amount of time that we walk. So again, it's a neat area, you know, and you got the creek flowing here, and then, you know, Lake Crawford is basically right over there where Brenda is, you know, behind that. You can see the embankment up there. The lake is basically on the other side of that embankment. And, you know, the little spillway is out in this direction. You know, it kind of makes a little waterfall down there, and it's just water coming in from the lake. You can't see it from here, but the spillway is just kind of around that little bend over there. So that's it. You know, we're just taking our little daily hike, you know, coming out here in nature and just enjoying ourselves and walking around and breathing the fresh air. And I'm trying to do a little Zen meditation maybe as I walk, you know, not so much the seated meditation, but, you know, you can actually kind of do the little meditative aspect as you're actually walking around. So it's just kind of nice to be out here. It's nice for the spirit. It feels good. The sun's shining and it feels nice and warm. Brenda enjoys it. I enjoy it. So this is our little outing for today.